Hey guys, how you doing today? So last night I went and actually saw the film Doctor Strange, and my God, I mean, was it amazing or was it amazing? It was like totally synchronized with everything that's kind of happening with me at the moment personally. Now, if you haven't seen the film, it's just basically all about this guy who he's a doctor, he's full of a lot of ego, and something happens, and basically medicine cannot help him. Hey Captain Brad, I think I missed a couple of people coming in because my screen was lower down, but welcome. If I didn't see you, if I didn't acknowledge you, hi, how you doing? So yeah, I went to go and see Dr. Strange last night. So he's this doctor who's full of ego, very proud, and is meticulous with his hands because he's a surgeon, and he has an accident and loses the full use of his hands. And because medicine basically can't help him out, he seeks alternative treatments. He seeks like the healing path because he found out that somebody was healed without medicine. So off he goes to Tibet, I think it is. Off he goes over there, and he starts to discover about, you know, the mysteries and the powers of healing, and all the weird and wonderful things that are out there in the universe that aren't known, especially to a scientific, you know, doctor. So he starts to find out and realizes that it can actually be an amazing thing. He realizes that things can be done, such as bending time, that there are parallel universes, that you could fold time, and that you can fold events, and that you can fold places, that you can go backwards and that you can go forward in time. But with that, of course, he also discovers that out in the universe, as amazing and enchanting as it can be, that there's also a lot of darkness there too. Soul lesson so far, what's going on? And so he inadvertently gets involved, how you doing today, with all this kind of mysterious universal stuff, and kind of gets a slap on the wrist by his master and gets warned, you know, it can be quite dangerous. Don't dabble in things that you don't know, you know. And I think where the synchronicity comes in, it was very, very parallel to myself, because this is what I'm always kind of, you know, crapping on about to my students, which is whatever powers are being passed into your hands in terms of like metaphysical knowledge, and in terms of energy and vibration, which is all that the film was about also, is that you have to be very humble once you have received this knowledge. You've got to be very humble. You've got to have a lot of integrity. You need to stay grounded, and you need to use that wisdom very wisely, you know, because if you don't, it can land you in a lot of trouble. And thank you for sharing on Soul Lessons, that's very kind of you. You can not only land yourself in a lot of trouble, but some people can become quite gluttonous with it, you know. They can become greedy, they can become selfish. They can think that perhaps by having access to these powers that they can rule people, that they can rule the earth, that they can rule the universe, and they start to get a little bit twisted with it, you know, start getting really over the top with it. And believe me, this has actually happened in my experience, where students will take the esoteric knowledge, they will take the metaphysics, and they start off with very humble reasons for doing what they do, and that is perhaps to heal their lives or heal themselves. And then, I'm not talking about all, I'm saying that there are some instances, then they think that they have kryptonite in their hands, you see, and feel that basically they can rule anything or anybody, and basically abuse the powers that be. So the film was very much parallel to what I've experienced as well. Thanks for the hearts, by the way, guys. I really do appreciate it. And the other thing that was amazing about the film too was that it was it was also about natural law and how we need to abide by some of these natural laws, but also by the same token, how we need to know how to perhaps break some of these laws or perhaps transcend some of these laws. But again, if that's what you're doing, you have to make sure that it is for reasons of profound integrity. Now, the other synchronicity, guys, is that this is exactly what I'm teaching tomorrow. I'm actually teaching about cosmic law, how to transcend these laws, how to break these laws, or how to use them to support you and help you. So I was just like, you know, elbow in my fiance's ribs all night long. I was like, holy shit, you know, this is what we're doing. This is what I'm doing tomorrow. You know, completely sort of like completely blown over by the whole thing. And thank you. And so this is the whole synchronistic matching up between like the film, my own personal story, the way some students have already behaved, and what I'm actually about to be teaching tomorrow. But the biggest synchronicity about it, guys, which literally brought, you know, tears to my eyes, I am not ashamed to say, is that the guy in the film, the reason why he made all this journey and traipsed off to Tibet to learn these healing rituals, yes, string theory also, is really to heal himself. It was for his own personal reasons. That's why he went there. And then he actually gets to discover that there's so much to existence than your own personal little experiences, you know. Like, for those of you who know me, I suffered with multiple sclerosis, and the reason that I became involved in healing to begin with, and became involved in metaphysics, and became involved in educating myself in the energetic arts, was to heal me. But then I really kind of transcended all of that, and it became about the whole world, you know. It became about, you know, the whole consciousness of the whole world. It became about collective consciousness. It became about universal consciousness. It became about cosmic consciousness. So it just went way beyond little old me. Do you know what I mean? Oh my God, it, you know, and this was like the message of the film basically as well, and my personal message too. So this is like the synchronicity and the correspondence, you know, that everything that I do, it's not about me anymore. Do you know what I mean? It's about sharing the knowledge. It's about the upliftment of collective, universal, and even cosmic consciousness. That's what my work and that's what my life has become all about, you know. And I don't want to give too much away because it really is an absolutely excellent film to go and see. Like, set aside all of the Hollywood bullshit, because it is, you know, there is a lot of exaggerated stuff in the movie, of course. But if you are awake enough to be able to decipher the message of the movie, which there are these major points that I have just illustrated and shared with you, then you really are in for a treat, basically. And it really is all quite possible, you know. We can move through portals, and we can experience other timelines, and we can fold time, and we can fold space, and we can travel backwards and forwards through time and through space, and we can manipulate matter. But guys, let's just make sure that we're doing it for the right reasons, yeah, and that we're not doing it just to show off skills and just to become witches or wizards or magicians, you know, because if it's for this egotistical reason alone, then I am telling you now, you are up for self-destruction. Right, so lesson so far? Exactly, right? So always do it from the right place. Do it from your heart. Always make sure that you have permission if you are working on another. Otherwise it will be violation of their space. And always check with primary source that you are doing it for the right reasons if you are working on collective conditions, on cosmic conditions, so on and so forth. So I hope that you have enjoyed the inspiration from this message that I received from this film that is completely synchronized to what I'm doing and what I'm about to teach tomorrow. And I'm very, very sort of like wrapped actually. Hey, words and phrases, I'm about to wrap up, so you're going to have to replay. How you doing, my darling? Very interesting. It's all about the film that I watched last night, yeah? Dr. Strange, how synchronistic it is with everything I'm doing and everything I'm going to teach. The movie's all about it, my life is all about it, and I'm just sharing my 2 cents about it with you guys. So don't forget to replay and don't forget to share it on. I am very well, thank you, words and phrases, and I hope that you're well too. Thank you, Soul Lessons, and all these other guys. Captain Brad, thank you. Is that yes it is. So if you're not following me, make sure you do that on the live streams here on Periscope. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Helen Christodoulou, where everything is archived over there for you and more. So take care for now. Thank you very much for joining, and I will give you a sneak peek of tomorrow's Fusion 7 Healing Cosmic Law Ceremony, so stay tuned for that. And I will also share with you how you can also access that if you would like to access that in order to be able to get some real radical transformation work going on there. So guys, until tomorrow, do take care. Lots of love. May the primary source always be with you, and may it be the primary force that is always with you. Sharing is caring. Lots of love. Take care for now.